What's up? Hello, Patrick. Hello, Ramesh. Hi, Sven, Thomas, Sebastian. How you doing? How you doing, my friends? Happy Friday, right? Happy Friday. Hey, Alberto. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. Hello, MG. Hola, Alex. Guys, for you to know Alberto, he's a new trader in the community. He's Mexican. Bienvenido. He's Mexican just like me. He's in Guadalajara. I just Alberto, just please, please tell me you are not a fan of Las Chivas soccer team. Here, only Rayados, all right? So, hi, Sherry, Chandru. Oh, come on, guys. M N. That should be something like Manny or something like that, right, my friend? Yeah. Hello, Chen. Linus, Randall. Hey, Randall. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sky. Hey, Marty. I'll see you in Trader's Edge. I'm still not 100% sure of my role there, but if it's gonna be something similar to what I do on the Traders Lab, it's gonna be my pleasure to be with all these many new traders on the community. All right. Hey, what's up, Luke? No Chivas. All right. Okay. Only Tigres. Luke, please ban from this channel this guy who doesn't know anything about soccer. Please. All right. Hey, Chen. How you doing? So, guys, I'm super excited. Let me tell you something. Uh, well, as you know, I belong to different communities, but one of the community, the Traders Lab, where Tony and Jack, they are the technical coaches. I am the performance coach for that community. We are gonna have a meetup next week on Los Angeles, and I'm super excited because there's a few people from my team, from the moderation team, that I literally talk and chat like every day, and I mean, it's people like we say good morning every day. Hey, how you doing? I know when they are going to see their grandma. I know when they are, like when they are sick and they have something with their wives, and I'm super excited that I'm finally gonna meet them in person. So I'm super pumped about this. I'm gonna be there next week with Luke and Cam. Cam has not been on the YouTube lives for some weeks, but maybe you remember him. He's one of the moderators, and yeah, again, I'm super excited to know the team. I'm kind of a traveler, so every time I go to a different city, I like to meet with other traders. Like know your story, share experience, share, and plan for the future ahead. And sometimes I'm able to help you guys with some tips and tricks about my journey and everything. So I'm super excited about next week. And yeah, Moni, we're gonna miss you. We are gonna miss you. So this time the meetup is gonna be in California, and Moni, she's on the opposite side, right? She's in Florida, and well, she has a life. Believe it or not, guys. I mean, for everyone on the Scarface community, believe it or not, Moni has a life. She's not 100. She's not a bot of the of the community. She's real. I've talked to her, and she's real. She's not a bot. So yeah, Moni, we're gonna miss you, but the next time for sure. Yeah, both for Miami next time. Yeah, I mean, guys, don't take me wrong, but I don't like California as much as I like Florida, at least as a tourist, right? I mean, I don't know about living there, but as a tourist, I don't know, like I like more the East Coast than the West Coast. But well, that's just my opinion, right? Okay, so what's up, guys? Hey, Bets Boy, it was a good day trade for indices. Something is going on with SPY and QQQ, and I just miss it. Well, I'm not looking to charts anymore. I mean, looking for a trade. But something happened. I think, is Trump okay? Nothing wrong with Trump. That yeah, that guy is a robot. That guy is a robot. I mean, you can see the news, and he's like starting 6 a.m. East time, and he's finishing his day like at midnight Pacific time. I don't know how this dude does it, and he's like 70 something years old, right? So yeah, I don't know. Hey Thomas, yeah, it's gonna be a long ride to California from Germany. Hey, what's up, Rondo? All right, guys. So hey Faisal, so this is what I was watching on the charts today. I'm gonna try to make it fast because uh just as money, I am a real person and I have a life outside the charts. And today I'm gonna take lunch with a dear friend from here from Houston. Uh, we have been around for some months, and we just said like, hey, dude. I mean, we talk and we text, and we never go out. So we're gonna share the meal today. So I'm very excited about that. So okay, so this is my favorite setup of everything. Well, it's not anymore, but it used to be my favorite setup. This is the break and retest of previous day high, right? Break and retest previous day high. Look how well it reacted right at the key level, and you don't enter right on the retest, right? You don't take that risk of, I mean, this could be a fake out, just like it happened right here, right? I mean, so you wait for the reaction of the key levels. You wait at the reaction of the key levels, and then if you can, if this matches your risk management plan, if this is something that you can tolerate, you enter on the candle that actually is going your direction, right? So I really like this candle here. I really like this candle here. Why? Because it was the actual reaction out of this previous day high. So that was an important reaction on that key level. And also it was reclaiming the 5-minute opening range high. So I really like this. This trade here gave 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. Again, it all depends from where you took this. I mean, maybe you say like, okay, well, above this previous candle, I'm gonna enter my position. If you did something like that, it was a 1 to 2.9 risk reward ratio trade. I think that's awesome for a Friday. Actually, for any single day, right? I mean, the 1 to 3 risk reward, that's just awesome, right? So that's something that you need to have in consideration, especially on a Friday, especially on the indices. If you are planning for key levels, that's perfect, that's right, but you should be also watching your risk reward. So once you start getting the risk reward you were looking at, for example, right here, it's not even high of the day. But right here, it's your 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. So probably, guys, if you are watching this, you are like, okay, well, this is gonna be my line of the sand, right? So I'm gonna trim my position right here. This is high of the day. This is 1 to 2.3, and you don't get greedy. Why? Because if you are a piggy, greedy trader, you can have something like this. Why? Because we are at all-time highs. You are having mean reversals. You are having these strong reactions out of nowhere, right? I mean, well, yes, this is the pre-market high, but 671.50. Again, it's like we we have been saying this for long, right? I mean, half numbers, round numbers, that's a lot, right? That's a lot. All right. So okay, guys. So that was my the first opportunity that I was watching here on SPY, and then we had this reaction. Actually, if you were still on this trade, maybe you were stop out on this candle or maybe this candle, depending on your expiration for your contracts. I mean, if you were on the 0 DTE, maybe you stop here, right? Because you trim something here and you didn't want to give anything back, so maybe you stop here. If you were like 1, 2, 3, 5 days out for expiration, this was a decent, like maybe break even or something. So yeah, depending on where on your contracts, it's kind of the risk management that you have, right? Uh, so then later in the day, you can see this, and as you can see, this is a for some sense. Well, not for some sense, but this is a higher low, right? This is a higher low. If you take the pre-market in consideration, this is a higher low. All right. So this reclaim of the previous day high, this reclaim of the 5 minute opening range high. I really like this one here. Why? Because this is like a bull flag here. But I was watching the Discord, and there was people that they did this. The reclaim, the retest, and the continuation from the previous day high. If you did this and you were aiming high of the day, it was a nice 1-to-4 risk reward ratio trade. But if you were waiting for the actual reclaim of the 5 minute opening range, that was actually that's a really nice play, right? That's a really nice play. I know there's not so much of displacement, but look at these guys. Reclaim previous day high, reclaim 5 minute opening range high. This is a bull flag, textbook bull flag. So you take this candle here when it breaks the trend line, and you can aim again. If you were aiming to high of the day, this was a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio trade. But look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is a decent reaction right here at high of the day, pre-market high. But it's only one candle, right? So maybe you managed to stay here. And if you managed to stay here, at least you went all the way here. So maybe if you get this reclaim, maybe you get a 1-to-5 risk reward rate to trade, and that will be dope. All right, Rondo, you live in Santa Monica. We can schedule a visit to Santa Monica. I like Santa Monica. I like Santa Monica. It's just, I don't know, like other places of California, it's not my favorite place. But yeah. Hey, what happened? What happened to this guy? Big Bear trader. He lives in Big Bear Lake, right? But he has not been around for a few days or a few weeks. I remember him. Anyone here knows him? Big Bear trader. Yeah. If you do, say hi from us, right? All right. Hope Kids Praise caught that big dip on SPY. This one here, this one here. Well, which one? Which one, my friend? Hey, Ian, Australia. That's a nice place. That's a nice place. I think it's the most dangerous place on earth, but it's a really good looking place, right? Greetings to Australia, my friend, all the way from Texas in the United States. Hello, Francine. Okay. Rondo, quick 100. The 10 o'clock big dip. Yeah, this one here. Good. Well, it made sense, right? Like, I mean, this is the opening price. This is the opening price. So, yeah, maybe you don't take your position right on the first candle or second, but what about this reclaim of the 1 minute? Like, maybe these, yeah. It was a 100% trade? Wow. Hello, Anne. Hi, BBB. All right. Give me a second for this. Hey, Tassos. Come on, guys. You are gonna brag about how nice your countries are. Yeah, Greece. I'm sure it's a very beautiful place. Hood. Yeah, give me 1 second. Hey, Tenzin, welcome to the community. Hey, that's fine, Tassos. That's really nice. That's really nice. All right, guys. So I just want to show you something that I was talking to Luke a few days ago. Like, for example, I'm just watching this, right? So something that I learned from one of my coaches, it's that it's something about volatility, right? So volatility usually it's a two-way street, right? So when you have an overreaction to the downside, you usually have an overreaction to the upside, kind of to balance the price action, right? That's why there's many traders that call this space here as an imbalance, or well, like the new trend, or these guys ICT concepts, and these guys call it like the fair value gap, right? But if you take any decent book from, like, I don't know, like 5-10 years ago, this is what they call an imbalance. So when you have this kind of volatility, usually you have the same reaction to the opposite side, right? So that's why we try to take the break and retest strategy, because that's how you mitigate the risk, and you don't try to find the tippy top or the top bottom, right? Like the bottom of the move. You are not guessing. You are just like, okay, well, these, for example, is this coming to here? No, it's not, but it's coming to this area here. Can you see? So this area here was the resistance for this move, resistance for this move, support, and now it's resistance again. So just, I mean, it's just an observation, right? I just want you to understand that sometimes when you have a move like this, you do not rush to take, like, oh well, it's right here, let me take puts right here because it's breaking down. That's the risk of the breakout trading, right? That's the risk of the breakout trading, because when you see this kind of volatility, usually you have an opposite reaction. All right. Texas here, Texas in the house, you all. Where are the Traders Lab guys going to be? In LA, but I still don't have the address. So yeah, guys, if you are on Traders Lab, send a note to Hayden. Hayden is the one who's kind of taking care of the place and all the, like the event. So he should be in contact, like, I don't know, today, tomorrow, I don't know. Have you met Raf and Jack in person? Not yet. Actually, not yet. I've talked with them like 100 times, but we actually never met in person. This is gonna be our first time. Yeah, again, I'm super excited about this. Not only because knowing my coaches, but also meeting my friends, the moderators, Luke, Cam, some of the students from the Traders Lab. It's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, let's go to QQQ. I'm gonna show you what I did in QQQ. You're gonna love, I know, but well, that's what I was trying, right? That's what I was trying. I took this trade here. I took this trade here, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun because I was like, oh well, I got a little bit of FOMO, so I was like trying to understand if this was the right, like right displacement and retest. What I was watching here, well, I was watching 605.50, but I actually didn't have 605.50. Anyways, I took this trade right here, 1006. I I was trying to have continuation at least to 604.26. For being honest, I trimmed like one quarter of my position down, low of the day, another quarter on this candle, and then because I'm not super greedy, I was super greedy here. I stopped out here and I ended with a super small win. Uh, People is gonna say like, oh well, green is green, but not for me. I mean it's not for me. Not because I don't, like, not because I'm not thankful for the outcome, but because on my system I I needed to close my trade one candle before and re-enter if needed. And well, no, I was trying to hold because I was actually thinking on continuation. uh I enter here, look at this, I enter right here on this candle, and I was looking SPY actually retesting this previous day high. But this, in my mind, I'm not saying that that happened. In my mind, it was gonna it was gonna do something like this, like, okay, well, it's coming, retesting this previous support, turning into resistance. Now it's coming to the downside, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So I accept. I'm aware that I was just biased on my expectations instead of on the chart, instead of on my usual execution. So I ended with $116 here. Not bad for a Friday if you are having dinner at McDonald's with the family. So maybe chicken McNuggets for me tonight. And well, that was what I tried. All right, that was what I tried. Not sure if you are following me here with this. Again, it wasn't even the retest of anything, right? Like I was like, okay, well, this is the retest 605.50. It actually it actually wasn't. It actually wasn't. We had the retest right here. But well, that happens. That happens. Then we broke this area here. This area here, previous low of the day. It was resistance, 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 then turned into support. And this is the opposite play of what I do most of the days, right? So this is the, instead of, like, support, turn into resistance, then drop. Well, this is the resistance, 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 then turn into support and bounce. So this is kind of the opposite of my usual play. So as you can see here, if you take this trade here on the reclaim of the pre-market low, this was actually a 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio trade. Not bad for a Friday. And well, that's what I did. So tell me, guys, what you did on QQQ. Remember, if you are gonna share your play, it's always easier if you say like, okay, well, I entered on the 10-16 candle. I was trying calls or puts or whatever. My stop loss was this level and I was aiming to this other level. I know it's too much, but if you want to share your plays, that's the easiest way, for sharing. That way we don't spend too much time guessing what you were trying to do. All right, Francine, perfect example. I entered 958 right here, 958 right here. For a move down, it was a flip zone for me, and I was bearish bias intraday plus 5-minute opening range break. Yeah, this was the 5-minute opening range break. All right. And I only had 2 cons, and unfortunately, I decided to trail my last 1 con instead of selling It cut. Setting pro. Well, anyways, so you enter here. I like, you know what? I mean, I like your idea, but this is a breakout trade, right? That this is not the break and retest. This is a breakout trade. I like it. I understand what you did, and well, that's great. Look what you tried here. SPY puts 1108. 1108. Okay. Targeting the local low and pre-market high. Yeah. I yeah, I watch it. I watch it. Something like this, right? You were trying, look at this. It was a 1 to 2.5. But if you were in same day expiration, this one's here was like 20% negative, right? Yeah. So you end up break even. That's great. That's great, Luke. Just watch out with this area right here, right? That's exactly what happened. Good job, Luke. Good job. All right. QQQ. Someone else on QQQ? Rondo, if SPY falls below 670.50. It's still late on a Friday. Rondo, close your broker. Close your broker. Go outside, touch some grass, get some sun. Forget about trading today. All right. No way. All right. Okay. So okay, so next one. AMD guys. Textbook, super clean. I'm waiting for the levels right here. All right. So break, retest, 5-minute opening range, huge reaction right here. Open your position right on the reclaim of the 5-minute opening range and a drop. Where? Look at this, 168.57. Tell me if you were prepared with your key levels. You can't get this nice place. Look at this. External liquidity, previous highs and lows on the daily chart, 1 to 2.7 risk reward rate to trade. Hey, you come back, retest the previous low of the day, this area here. You come back, retest, have reaction here. You take another trade to the downside, but now you already sweep this external liquidity, right? So you are going for the next one. What about 168? Look at this, 168 right here, 168 right here. It was a 1 to 3.4 risk reward rate to trade. I like it. I like it a lot. What about this here? Once you swipe 168 here, you come back, retest this external liquidity, and you take another drop. Well, 167.50. Look at this, guys. I'm not making this up. I know some of you don't like to have lines every half number, every whole number. But guys, these work all of the time. These work all of the time. So, all right. Full Pork Friday. Rondo, come on. Ramesh, you are in puts. QQQ puts. Guys, come on. I don't recognize you. What are you doing? It's Friday. It's Friday. QQQ, would you draw a battle zone around 60? 605.30 and 50. Like this? I mean, I don't need a battle zone because we have this key level here, 605.50, right? And was too obvious not to take it. It's going places. It's going to previous day low, right? What if I waited my my trade. No, I will be cooked. I will be cooked right now. All right, guys. All right. So AMD market structure super clear, super easy. Amazon. What are you doing, Amazon? You are drunk. It's Friday, but it's early. Look at this awful. What's going on with my levels? Oh, there they are. All right. So, well, there's a reason. There's a reason I wouldn't take any trade to the downside, like on this area here. I was talking to one of the students on the Scarface community, and he was like, "Oh, but look at this. This is kind of rejecting the 5-minute opening range low." Yes, but you are a few cents away from previous day high, and in my opinion, that's kind of like the most powerful setup, the break and retest of the previous day high. So I wouldn't take any short on this area here. I will wait for something like this, right? The break, retest, previous day close, and what's going on? There was news, right? There was news. Tesla is crashing. I know. Yeah, since this morning. Well, Nvidia. What's going on with Nvidia? Look at this break, retest, this consolidation area. Market structure to the downside. You take this one here, where 188.50. 188.50. You couldn't look at this. Look at this. If you take this trade, let's say you take this trade below these candles here. It's a 1 to 3.3 risk reward rate to trade. That's awesome. Even here, what is this? Even here, yeah, I really like this one. I really like this one. Let's see what's going on with Tesla. 421. What happened with Tesla? I was thinking we will see like 500 like really soon, but every time I think on that, it's like what? I hope took a couple more scalp puts on SPY. Guys, watch out. SPY is right at the previous day high. I know we had this drop. But it's at previous day high. So just, I'm not saying, oh, well, this is the bottom of the move. I'm not saying that. It's just watch out, right? Watch out. Ramesh, are you managing your position right here? Because it's bouncing. There were a lot of good entries for Tesla today. Yes. I actually, sometimes it's like, I don't like to do this because you will say like, well, Neto, I mean, this is super obvious. Well, this is super obvious. This is market structure, textbook market structure, break, retest, 5-minute opening range, low, drop. Break, retest, previous low of the day, drop. Break, retest, previous low of the day, external liquidity, previous high or low on the daily chart, 433.12. Break, retest, drop. And you can do that like, I mean, 100 times more. All right. So yeah, I know Tesla was super easy today. Sell the news on the delivery number, but they actually beat it, the delivery number, right? This is something that I don't get. I mean, when they don't hit their numbers, Tesla goes up, but when they do, Tesla goes down. All right, I just don't get it. Okay, that was a perfect position, Ramesh. Good. All right. Honestly, Jeffrey's price target for Tesla is 150. No, Jeffrey's. He wasn't the guy who said that this is gonna be the trillion company. The what? No, or 4 trillion company. I don't remember. I mean, I know who's Reed Jeffries is, but Tesla no more subsidies. Yeah. Oh, yesterday, you're right. The tax credit was over like this week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No more. Yeah. I love Tesla. I have had 3 different Teslas. I had one of the first 100s Model 3s in Mexico. Then when I moved to Texas, we had a Model Y, and we love it. We love it. But then we upgraded to a Model X, and dude, best decision ever. Best decision ever. I mean, once you drive a Tesla, I know, guys. I know you may have an opinion about like the environmental thing, about the batteries, about the clean energy, about, I don't know, like you may have an opinion about Tesla, the company, the owner, or the founder, this Elon Musk. But I dare you, I dare you to go for a demo drive with a Tesla and don't fall in love. I mean, it's just a different experience. I don't drive anymore. I mean, I used to like driving, but now it's like I just like set the address on the maps, and it drives it by itself. It's just crazy. It's just, I mean, it's just so comfortable. Sometimes when I travel to San Antonio is like a 3 hour drive from my house. And sometimes I just click the button on my garage, and it parks alone by itself on my best friend's house. Like, I don't need to touch the wheel for 3 hours, and it drives by itself. I mean, you can't fall asleep because it's, like it's asking you to pay attention to the road, but you don't need to even, like push the pedals or take the wheel. It's crazy, guys. I mean, if you have a chance, and they are super affordable. I mean, when you think about, like the price comparison, they are way affordable, and the electricity is way cheaper than, than the fuel gasoline. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a Tesla sales rep here, but I'm a big fan of the Tesla car. So if you guys have a chance to take a demo drive test, I dare you to not fall in love with them. Yeah, also they are like super fast, right? Elon Musk was actually poolside. I can believe you. All right, guys. So let's go. Microsoft, awful price action today. Palantir. I don't know what happened with Palantir, but look at this. I was watching this. This is the break and retest of 184.50, and also you had this break and retest with very small displacement on the 5 minute opening range low. But if you guys took something on Palantir, we have some Palantir fans here. Anyone took Palantir today to the downside? This was a monster trade. This was a monster trade. The break and retest of the 5 minute opening range, or the break and retest of this 184.50, monster trade. Money, you also had a Model Y, right? No easy entries on Palantir. Yeah, Tokayo. Yeah, like again, this is very small displacement here, but I like the reaction. And then you had this very small displacement here, but again, I like the reaction. And I had a lot of key levels to the downside. And guys, I need to clean my charts here. They are all messed. They are all messed because I have no. They are real. They are real. Look at this. Look how it reacts to every line I have here. I was thinking I just had like too many lines for Palantir, but well, they are real. Oof, what's going on? Speaking about easy entries, market structure. Look at this. All right, didn't want to chase. If that's because they're building AI centers in my state, that they're are your key levels around the 4-hour turning points? Mine are. I do my levels, Rondo. Not sure if you know, if you have been around for long, but my blue lines are previous highs and lows on the daily chart. Not on the shadow of the candle. So I start. Let me show you. Look at this daily candle for SPY. I'm sorry, for Palantir. So imagine there's no candle here. So my levels are the next highs and lows. So for example, it was this low, but I don't take any key level on the shadow of this candle, at least on the daily chart, right? I take the next low, 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 and here I take the next high. So the next highs are these ones here. So this is how I do it. And then my white lines are key levels on the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart. And usually are like previous pivot highs and pivot lows or consolidation key levels. All right. All right, so that was Palantir. Apple, guys. I don't know. A lot of people was complaining about Apple. I know everyone is expecting like the all-time high. Look at Apple. Look at Apple. After the drop on SPY and QQQ, Apple did absolutely nothing. Apple in a $1 range for the whole day. Look at this. This is what I call defensive stocks. when you just want to like hold your money, this is one asset to watch. So everyone was getting FOMO about this pump in the morning, right? About this pump in the morning. It happened because this candle here. I don't know what happened at this time, but this actually just reclaimed what we were watching the whole pre-market and after hours, right? So I don't know what happened here. But this was the real range for Apple. I know it's hard to tell because you are watching all this action here. But if you zoom out, look left, you will see that's the real action. Only this. So, well, anyways, so you had the break and retest of this green line. This is the previous week high. So look how well it reacted here. You had the break, displacement, retest, reaction, and you had this 1 to 2.8 risk reward rate to trade all the way to 259. And you actually could repeat this a few times on the day. Anyone took Apple today? I think Tony took Apple today, right? But he was kind of taking a reclaim or something. On the community, they took Apple. Ruslan, if you let the runners ride until they break past PYA, protect your assets line. That will be something fantastic on the Palantir. Yeah. Apple seems to be in a new consolidation zone. Yeah. Neto, how many contracts do you think you need in order to start trailing your position? Well, I mean, it's not about how many contracts because Francine, for example, if you said, okay, I'm gonna have a $2,000 position every time, and you want to try Tesla, maybe that's only 4 contracts, right? But if you want to try QQQ, that depending on the what contract you are, maybe you can have like 15 contracts, right? So I don't know. It's like it's again. It's not about the contract quantity. It's about the this the dollar amount. So what I usually do is after hitting all of my key levels or targets, I just leave like 10% of my position looking for continuation or to close it on profit. I don't like even on my runners to go red. So not sure if I explain myself with this answer, Francine. But again, it's a different game. A $2,000 position on Tesla than a $2,000 position on Apple, for example, because Apple usually it's around $1-2 the contract, but Tesla is always $5-6-7. So it's not about how many contracts, it's about the percentage of your position, right? I personally leave only like 10%, unless the price action is like going crazy, like today Palantir to the downside. That will be something different, right? Declan, Neto, do you use previous week high much? I feel like I have too many levels. Well, I don't use it too much, but I understand it's a very important key level, right? So I just like to have it here on my chart, taking advantage of the tool that does it automatically, so I don't need to, like refreshing these key levels here. So I just leave it there. You're very welcome, Francine. All right. Apple, Google, Meta. Ram, what you did with Meta? Did you do something like this? AMD still falling. Everything is still falling. SPY, it's 669.50. QQQ, it's previous day low, 603. I don't know what's going on. Guys, I want you to value us being here at this time of the day, because for being honest, sometimes I just stop trading because I don't want to be in a position when when I'm I'm on the live stream. But at this time of the day, sometimes like today, you find really valuable opportunities, especially on the indices. So come here with intention, come here to learn, come here to share, because I do it for you guys. All right. So Ramesh, you did exactly like this. Yeah. do you understand why Ramesh was looking here? This 721, this order block here. This is the one candle rule. This is the order block, kind of the break and retest, and continuation to the downside. So look at this. Just to low of the day, not to the wicks, but to the bodies of the low of the day. It was a 1 to 3.4 risk reward ratio trade. That was an amazing trade. That's really nice. That's really nice. Rondo, Rondo, you still on AMD? Come on. I know. All right, guys, that was all for today. Guys, I want to remind you that we need to journal. We need to journal with intention. You don't need to journal if you won or lost. You need to journal if you were following your plan, if you had strong emotions, if you let your emotions take the decisions, if you find out, like managing your position accordingly to your plan, if the ticker was doing what you expected. You need to journal, and journal with intention, not just the wins and losses. That's not useful. Journal what you were feeling, how you were managing your trades, how you were feeling when you take your entry, how you were feeling when you took your exits. That's the real information that you want to gather, because that's the way you are going to improve. Technicals are easy, guys. I mean, you come here, you see my charts every day. Technicals are easy. The challenge here is to master yourself. All right. So thank you for coming today, guys. If you need any help mastering yourself, if you need any help creating new habits and routines, you can always take a look to my website, tradingperformancecoach.com. I have a lot of resources for you to download for free and start using them. And I will be also posting new products and new services. So just take a look when you have a time. And that's it. Have a nice weekend. Have a very nice weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.